communication, and what I'm understanding, um, the meaning of the numbers, um, why they are using numbers. Um, what's happening is, a couple people asked me this question on my page, and I want to go into this and be very specific about this, because this is my true understanding, um, speaking to my ancestors, speaking to my angels, my spiritual team, because we all have a spiritual team out here. We have angels that are assigned to us, um, and we also have ancestors that walk with us. Okay, ones we never even met. Okay, so what's happening is two things. Okay, um, their frequency is higher. Okay, there is no proof of this in the scientific world. Okay, um, well, there is and there's not. Okay, um, Wasn't touched on this. I think it was Tesla. Um, and he said about these certain numbers that was very specific. Now, these numbers, is interesting that he talked about those numbers because it's starting to make sense to me now. What he was actually trying to say, okay? He understood how the connection with these certain numbers, okay? But let's talk about these numbers, okay? When you are seeing numbers, okay, this is just meaning that you are at a higher frequency, okay? A higher frequency, okay? Think of it as sound, okay? Some people are at certain frequencies in their life, okay, or during their life, okay? Um, on this realm, we are not on a higher realm, we are on a lower realm, okay? So in order for them to get things across, they will send us numbers, okay? This is called synchronicities, okay? And there's two things that's going on why I see them doing this. One, you're in the right direction, okay, in your life. Or two, you need a little bit of help, okay, which is not bad, okay? Um, because some people cannot actually sit down and talk to the ancestors or talk to the angels. So they'll send you synchronicities like 222, 111, 333, 444, 555, 666, 777. Even numbers that are not in sequence. Okay, sequence. It could be 1818, 2121, 41, 44. Okay. Um, what's happening is the waves are traveling faster than the speed of light. Okay. When you get out there in the atmosphere, the ethers, there is higher dimensions. Okay. Now, what's interesting is some of us are actually living in most of us are living in multiple dimensions at one time. Okay. Um, I'm really starting to believe this. That especially when you have that deja vu, like I've did this before, because you have done it before. Okay. Um, but we get trapped, and I'm really starting to believe, when I speak to the ancestors, my father, my big, I'm talking about big awakening, and most awakenings happen where you where you become awake and aware is through a lot of trauma, okay? A lot of trauma. Um, or you have a, for me, it was my father's crossing, okay? When my father crossed, I was tapped in since a child. But when he crossed, it was like I was really tapped in, okay? Um, and it was interesting when because when he passed, the day after he passed, I said it, I tell you guys this in a lot of my videos. He spoke to me like he was still here. Okay, he was still on. This is gonna sound crazy. Um, he spoke to me in my ear, whispered something in my ear that was very important that he wanted to get across so he could actually cross. Okay, but what was interesting was there now there's many stories of people that cross and come back and tell their story. Okay, some people say there's a door, some people say there's a light. Mine, I know, is it's interesting. Um, with my father, the ancestors are always there to cross you over, okay? No matter what, they're always there to cross you over. But what's interesting is how we're getting soul trapped, okay? Um, I'll do this in another video because I need to go deep into this. So if this does happen, we can understand how we're getting trapped, okay? Because the higher dimensions is like what is going on, okay? Because we are in a lower dimension, okay? I don't care what nobody says. This is a lower dimension. This is why you see so much chaos, theft, murder, rape, child trafficking, child abuse. I mean, it's rapid. Okay, we're in Babylon. Okay, there's a song, Babylon. It's a by Bob Marley. Okay, there's a lot of people that sing about Babylon. Okay, Babylon is real. We're in Babylon. Okay, um. So what is actually happening is when you're seeing these numbers, okay, there's two reasons you're seeing these numbers, the synchronicities, okay? And also you're not seeing them like 555, 666, 777, 888. You could be seeing them, like I said, with specific numbers, okay? The numbers are very important, okay? Now you can add the numbers up, okay, to get that specific number, okay? And look up the meaning of that number. Just don't look at the meaning of the number up spiritually, okay? Because they're sending us this synchronicity because one or two reasons, okay? We're not on the right path. Two, we're on the right path. One, we're not on the right path. Two, we're on the right path, okay? This is why you're seeing numbers, okay? Synchronicities. This is the way they've always communicated. It's because they're on a higher wavelength, okay? It's faster and it travels way faster than we can even measure. It's not measured, okay? Time is not measured. Time is not real, okay? If you think about it, you guys, sometimes I really believe we are living in not just Babylon, but we are living on the lowest one, not the lowest realm, but a low realm. This is definitely a low realm. Um, because what's everything that's going on around us, okay? Um, I'd said something about, I want to talk about, I'm going to do another video on karma, and I'm going to do another video on, and I want to like really go in on this specific videos and specific topics, because I don't want to be all over the place, okay? But there is something, and I believe Tesla, is his name Tesla, okay? This is a trap dimension. This is a stimulation, okay? Our reality is the reality that we make up, honestly, and the reality of this lower realm. This is going to sound crazy, but when you raise yourself up subconsciously and consciously, okay, and you can see actually what is really going on, okay? And this can affect everything in the higher dimensions from a lower one. However, a higher dimension can affect a lower dimension entities. These are entities, okay? A point has no dimension, but has a, I'm reading something on here, okay, from David Skarkey, and he was right, okay? We are on a lower dimension, but what's happening is we're getting trapped, okay? 1212. Time is not even real, okay? Time is not real. Time does not exist. It does not exist. So why we're as a collective getting so many downloads now is collectively we're raising our vibration, our frequency, and this is how we can telepathically communicate. And the ancestors are proud of this because they've been waiting for this for a very long time, and they're also collectively trying to raise the vibration, trying to raise the frequency. Okay, see this dimension, the people that are running this matrix knows this complexity of these synchronicities. Okay, so they are sending us messages, they're sending us messages. The birds, you hear the birds are out there, they're speaking. That is from the spiritual realm, okay? Because they can go in between realms, okay? Dimensions. But this is how they're communicating with us, through numbers, okay? Now, also, I believe this is how there's also, I'm going to have to come back on here because there's so much I want to talk about. Okay, I've been getting so many downloads and I'm trying to process all this, you guys. So you guys can understand what I'm getting, okay? Other people may get other things, but this is what I'm getting, okay? And it's interesting too because how our memory, okay, our brains are confined to spiral dimensions of our, maybe I'm saying this wrong. Our brains are confined to spatal dimensions of our universe, and in effects cannot imagine or perceive the ideal of extra dimensions. Okay, our memory, okay, the memory is what's important. See, if we could remember all of our past lives, right, we would understand this dimension, like fully understand this dimension. Okay, we all have past lives. Some of us don't. Some of us come in here to raise the frequency, raise the vibration, okay? And then some people are just getting trapped, okay? Now, there is lower and there's higher, okay? And this is why some of the scriptures, this stuff was written, okay? This stuff was written. Now, the Bible was like a compass, okay? A compass, and not just a compass. The Bible was also, and a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, okay? But these were accounts of people that live, that were telling us, and they talk about the higher realms, the star ancestors, because some of us are descendant of the star ancestors, okay? And there's different star ancestors, okay? There's not just one star ancestor, okay? There's many, multiple, okay? Plenty, okay? So when you're seeing these numbers, pay attention to where you're at, what you're thinking, like where you're at in your life, okay? If you're going through a bad situation, right? And you see this number, okay? It's just telling you they're there with you, okay? And they're guiding you. They're trying to help you, like, you need to get out the situation, okay? Or you're in a situation and you feel comfortable. That just means you're on the right path, okay? So it's two ways to look at this. One, they're trying to tell you, like, look, get out of this situation. Two, they're trying to tell you you're on the right path, okay? It depends on the situation, okay? And what you're thinking and how you're feeling, okay? When you're feeling secure, okay, it's normally saying, okay, we're here. But all the time they're saying they're here, they're with us. We don't walk alone, okay? Never, we would never walk alone, okay? But this is just to help you understand what I'm actually seeing here and understanding. And it's interesting because there's multiple dimensions going on simultaneously, you guys, like, and we're in multiple dimensions at one time, okay? One time, like, seriously. But this is definitely a lower realm, for sure. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys, and then I want to also talk about two other things. So I will be back on, okay, you guys? This is about synchronicity and why I think it was Tesla that he specifically talked about these three numbers. Hold on. And this has to do with time traveling. Okay, I will be back on. And there's portals here. There's portals on this realm. This is why we're not allowed in certain areas. Okay. And then there's portals that they don't even know exist. Remember I said this. There's portals in air, land, and water. Okay. Yes. And I think it was Tesla. This is how they're time traveling. Okay. You remember the movie with Michael? Is it Michael? What's his name? He got Parkinson. Michael J. Fox. Okay, it's not like that. This time traveling is actually it's through portals. It's like you walk through say it's like what I see is different colors. Okay, it's different colors. And you just walk through it and you're in another. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. Okay, I sound crazy. Yes. It's a manipulation They know this exists. Um, so I will be back on about time traveling. Okay. This is just about synchronicities. I just want to stay on one subject. But what's so interesting was I was at the Dollar Tree and there was a lady, and I'm going to take a picture of one of the balloons. Okay, my daughter graduated, and the 444 was for college students and high school students that were graduating. The 555 was for Mother's Day, and the 666 is for Father's Day. So if you want to see what I'm really talking about, and there's proof and evidence, when Father's Day comes, go to the Dollar Tree wherever you're at. Ask for a balloon. On the balloon, it will have 666. Okay. The lady at the store, I was in the store buying my daughter's graduation balloons. I will put me and her picture up of her graduation. And it was interesting how the college kids and the high school kids balloons were all numbered 444. Now that lady behind the register, she was definitely on a higher frequency, because when I got to her, I started talking, and when I was talking, she's been picking it up. She works there, okay? And she says she finds it creepy. Okay, and a lot of people may find synchronicities maybe creepy, because they're like, why I keep seeing this? Am I going crazy? No, you're not going crazy. Okay. um but it's interesting how she said how they marked it. Okay, how they're marking it, how they mark the numbers. That was what was interesting to me. Okay. um the marking of the numbers. So all the high school kids, all the college kids, it was 444 on the balloons. And then the Mother's Day was 555. And then the Father's Day balloons are all going to be 666. Okay? Yes, 666. Okay? So there is a message, and it was marketed that way for a specific message. Okay, now you guys understand, when you look at numbers too, it's like as above so below. Okay, as above so below. All right, so you got to look at as above so below. Okay, what's above us and what's beneath us. Okay, so that was what she was saying, and she found it very creepy. She had a disability, but she was very tapped in. Okay, very tapped in. So when I say as above so below, um this embodies the Kabbalah. Okay, the principle embodies the truth that there is always a correspondence between the laws and phenomenal of the various planes of being and life. Okay, all right, you guys. There's lower levels. Okay, um and there's also other forms. Okay, and also what's done is done as above, the higher realms and the lower realms. Now I want to talk about this biblically too, because this is interesting. As above, so below can mean that whatever a person does on earth will reflect in the spiritual plane, or that whatever happens in nature or the stars is a reflection within the human body. Okay. This phrase it finds its roots in the Homeric and the Emerald Tablet. Okay. The Homeric and the Emerald Tablet. Okay. Because a lot of people don't understand what this really means. Okay. So I always see, now they always depict it as a tree. Okay. And it's interesting. As within, okay, presume, what do we think deep within ourselves, how while we know ourselves, so without suppose that it will get expressed in the life we lead. As above represents on our minds heavenly, okay, or heaven. So I will put this post up, okay. So on Father's Day, everybody go buy balloons, okay, and you will see. And there's also a movie out. It's interesting. There's a trailer, okay. But this is a trailer about the lower realms, okay. What they're starting to find, what they're starting to uncover. This is what I'm hearing. Uncover. It's as above, so below. Okay, it's actually a thriller, a horror thriller. It was made in 2014. Okay, and this movie tells you a lot. Okay, a lot. So I will actually, and they have the Eiffel Tower in reverse. Okay, this is interesting. And I will also put the tree up. Okay. So I'm going to put both of these up, but the synchronicities is definitely a message from the spiritual realm. Either you're on the right path or you just need a little extra help to get there. Okay, you're not on the right path. So you're either on the right path or you're not on the right path. What I mean by right path is in the right space. Okay, this could be mentally, physically, spiritually. Okay. So I will post this on my page. All right, you guys. Love and light. Love and light, my beautiful souls.